Welcome to the second part of this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about websites. We're going to be looking which is the overview of what website is. Now, I know a lot of you a lot of you know what website is, which is something that has to do with the internet. When you hear the word website, we are talking about the internet. Now, a website is just an information. Is something on the internet that gives information about something, about brands and all of that. That is just a simple terminology of what a website is. There's no big English about the word website. It's just a web, online, finish. Now, this website, how is it built? That is the question we keep asking ourselves as beginners. 20 in the year around 2011, when I started using Java phone, that is when my interest about websites actually came in. My interest started then, because then I will be logging into site like Sifaru. I mean, if you remember Sifaru, just if you don't, that means you are a Gen Z. So then I will just be thinking, how is this site built? Because then we used to download games and musics and some short videos on Sifaru then. So I will be thinking, how is this thing built? I think I still remember then, I still used to Google it. I used to Google it like how to build a website, how to build a website. But because I was young then, I really did not understand what I was even reading, even when Google. So how is website built? The website you see every day. I believe every day of our lives, me. I don't know for you, but for me, every day I scroll through the internet, I browse through the internet. There's no day I don't go to the internet to check on something. So I am always logging into one website to another. Now the question is, how are these websites built? We have two major ways of building a website. Two major ways. The number one is coding. Two is non-coding. Now, when we talk about coding, we're already talking about languages, writing that website in form of text and then turning it into a functional and a responsive website. That is what we mean by coding. Now, the things that you need to become a coder or a web developer who is using code is knowing HTML, knowing CSS, knowing JavaScript, knowing Python, knowing React, and other programming languages. But the most common one are the HTML, CSS, and then the JavaScript. These are the most commonly used tools for web developer who is using, coding to build a functional website. Other other programming language is just to create a specific functionality for it. That is just all about code. But then, if you are a web developer who is using code, you need the assistance of somebody to help you achieve your goal. And who is this person? Is the UI UX designer. Now, the UI UX designer, what it does for you is to help you research the things that are needed for this website. Number one. Then two, this same person will help you to design the interface of that website. It will design it for you, and then it is your duty now to turn what he has designed to life by using what code. So that is just all about coding. Now let's talk about the non-coding. The non as the word implies, it means you are not right. You don't need to know HTML. You don't need to know CSS. You don't need to know JavaScript. You don't need to know Python. You don't need to know anything. The only thing you need to know is the word CMS and how it works. That is the only thing you need to know. CMS and how CMS works. Now, what is CMS? CMS CMS is a software that helps you to manage your website. That's just the simple definition of it. It helps you to manage your website. On that CMS, you do your editing. On that CMS, you do your uploading of images, videos, and all of that. That is just the simple word for the simple meaning of CMS, just a software that helps you to what? Manage your website. Now, instead of just like coding, you will build your website from scratch. Like you build it from scratch. Every test you use on your website, you build it from scratch. Like you are the one, laying the foundation and completing that house. But when it comes to CMS, you are not the one laying the foundation. There is already there's already laid foundation for you. All you need to do is to what? Build on top of that foundation, which is the editing and the uploading and all of those things are what you will be doing to get your website ready. Now we have different examples of CMS. We have different examples of CMS. Number one example is Joomla. Joomla is number one example. Then we have Shopify. Then we have Wix. And then we have the popular one, WordPress. Now WordPress, I can tell you for a fact that WordPress, in fact, I can tell you for a fact that 80% of the websites you see online today are all built with WordPress. I can tell you for that fact that they are all built with WordPress. Only few websites are built with coding. Now, the essence of using code to build a website is when you want a specific functionality on that website. Let's take, for instance, I have my own software of receiving money. I don't want to use Flutterwave. I don't want to use Paystack and PayPal and all of that. I can decide to build my own software and put it on my website. But then if I build my own software, I cannot put it in WordPress. That's the essence why people go for coding. That's why you hear the word full stack development. So if you are going for a full stack development, it means you are learning everything. You are learning how to build software from scratch. Software that will function that will bring about some specific functionality in your website. That's the essence of learning full stack development. But then if you're a WordPress developer, you don't need those things. You make use of what has been built down for you, which is the foundation, what has been built down for you. There are software for payment, there are software for this, and those software are referred to as the plugins. Plugins are just functionality. We'll come to that, but this is just an overview. So that is just the difference between the coder and then the non-coder. But then all of you are web developer, because at the end of the day, we achieve one result. So a lot of people argue that you cannot build all kind of websites using CMS. The answer is that is not true. You can use CMS to build any kind of website that you want. Trust me, you can build any kind of website that you want. And the reason why a lot of people argue that part is because of website like a broker. Let's use broker. That's why people argue that you cannot build website. You cannot build all kind of website using CMS, which is WordPress most especially. But the truth is, you can build a broker with WordPress. You can build a banking system with WordPress. You can build a school website with WordPress. You can build a church website with WordPress. You can build any kind of website you want with WordPress, except there are specific functionality that is needed by that website. If there is a specific functionality, then you need a coder, which is a full stack web developer, to do that website for you. But if there is no specific need, then you can use WordPress to build your website. So, sir, I know a lot of people who have been watching this video, you'll be asking, so what are we using to build our website? What are we using for this class? The answer is simple. If you read my tongues, you will know that this web development training is going to be focused on WordPress, which is the CMS software. That's what we are going to be using towards for our training. Trust me, we are going to be learning a lot of things, how to go about using WordPress to achieving our website. So if you watched to this part of this video, I want to specially congratulate you. If you've watched to the end of this video, I want to specially congratulate you, and I want to tell you right now that I have a gift for you before the beginning of the class. So I have a gift for you. Just drop your email at the comment section. I'm not going to say the gift, but trust me, you are going to use that gift at the end. If you are during the course of this training, we are going to be using that particular gift only for those who drop their email on the comment section.